Janmadhyasya yataha. Page 51, last line. Na dharma jidnyasayam iva. Anu Shrutyadayaha eva. Pramanam brahma jidnyasayam. Kintu Shrutyadayaha Anubhavadayascha Yatha sambhavam iha Pramanam Anubhavavasanatvat Bhutavastu vishayatvacha Brahma jnanasya. Brahmavagati or Brahmajnana can be gained by the Tatparya Nishchaya, a certain purport of Shruti Vakyas, Upanishad Vakyas, Vedanta Vakyas. It cannot be gained by Anumana, etc., other Pramanas. The question was, is it that in gaining Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, in Brahma Vichara, Anumana has no place? No. Anumana has got a place, but it cannot be an independent means of knowledge. When Shruti passages are there, Shruti text is there, to understand the Shruti better, free from Samshaya and Viparyasa. The word used is Dardhyaya, Grahana, Dardhyaya. Tadartha, Grahana, Dardhyaya. Tadartha means what? Shrutyartha. So whatever you sharp the knowledge you get for its, that means the corroboration, for confirmation. So for that, to get rid of samshaya, doubts and erroneous notions, Anumana, which is unopposed to Vedanta Vakya, is accepted as Sahakari Pramana, as an auxiliary Pramana, but not the independent means. To this, illustrations are given from Shruti itself. Shrotavyaha mantavyaha. Atma va are shrotavyaha mantavyaha. First drashtavyaha, but here it is not quoted, so one has to inquire into. But mantavyaha, mantavya stands for one has to take to reflection. Reflection means reasoning does come in picture. Reflection has to be taken to by what? Intellect. Intellect knows the language of reasoning only. So therefore reasoning is accepted by who? Shruti itself, by giving a mandate that you have to reflect upon that, you have to take to Anumana. This is one Shruti statement where the reasoning Anumana is accepted in accordance with the Shruti. The second one is the Chandogya. As we have seen, a person was laid and he was blindfolded. A passerby gives him the direction how to reach Gandhara Desha. Gandhara Desha also is called Kandhara. Kandhara also. Kandhara. Afghanistan is Afghanistan only. So therefore, so to reach there. But he has got the instruction. But instruction is there, but he should be able to ascertain the route based on instruction. He has not given a route map to him as such. So he has to be able to ascertain the route based on what he has grasped from the person who has told him the route as such. So that is why I say Panditaha means the Upadeshavam, the one who has got the instructions of the route from the kind person. Then Medhavi stands that whatever instructions were given, this person has got the capacity to grasp and also ascertain. You see, sometimes this way, that way, etc. has to say, if not, suppose still is not clear, ask a person on the way, etc. All he should be able to know. He should know. He should be capable of doing. If a Buddha is there, he will know only Gandhara only. That is not in between the route. So therefore, that Medhavi shows the person has got that intellectual capacity to ascertain the route as guided by the passerby. So likewise, Acharyavan Purusho Veda. Acharyavan stands for that Panditaha, means who has received the Upadesha. Then the Acharyavan Purushaha Veda means that is the Purusha, the person. Who is that person? Who has got Medha, who has got the capacity to ascertain and proceed further as guided by the Acharya. So this what it shows, Purusha Buddhi Sahayam Atmanaha Darshayati. Atmanaha means who? Shrutehe, for itself. Shruti for itself shows the Sahaya, the help of what? Reasoning. Means we do accept reasoning as a supportive means and not an independent means of knowledge. So that is what Vedanta does accept. Now you say, in Dharma Jidnyasa, in assert, what is Dharma Jidnyasa? Look, I am revising this. Jidnyase dharme iva. Brahma Jidnyasa there. Jidnyase brahmani iva nave. Not iva. Brahmani. Jidnyase brahmani. Because here Dharma Jidnyasayam iva is there. As in the case of Dharma Jidnyasa means as in the case of Jidnyasya Dharma. Jidnyasya Dharma. So what is the pramana there? He says, Shrutyadayaha eva pramanam. In the Shrutyadaya eva pramanam. So means are what? We note the word pramanam. For in the case of Jidnyasya Brahma. Jidnyasya Brahma means what? Vidhi Nisheda. Do this, don't do this. Jidnyasya Dharma. In Jidnyasya Dharma, what do you mean by Jidnyasa Dharma? Knowing the Vidhi. Do this. How to do that? Don't do that. So to ascertaining these things, it says, what is necessary? Shrutyadayaha eva pramana. We are seeing what are the Shruti adi, meaning will be seen that Shruti, that is Linga, Vakya, Prakarana, Sthana, Samakhya. These are called in the Puramimamsa parlance as Sahakari Pramanantaram. Sahakari, auxiliary, Pramanantaram means other Pramana. Anyat Pramanam Pramanantaram, a different Pramana. Sahakari Pramanantaram. This word I am giving you from a text called Artha Sangraha. Artha Sangraha is an introductory textbook on Puramimamsa written by Laugakshi Bhaskara. Laugakshi Bhaskara. Just as in Vedanta, there is an introductory book. Do you know that? Vedanta Paribhasha by Dharmaraja Adhvarindra. These are the two accepted books. In Vedanta, Vedanta Paribhasha by Dharmaraja Adhvarindra, very tough book. You know why? Because language is that of Nyaya. So therefore it is a very tough book question. But it is a Vedanta Sara 1, number 2 is Vedanta Paribhasha. So there is an introductory textbook. But it is very tough because of Nyaya language as well. So whereas in Puramimamsa, Artha Sangraha by Laugakshi Bhaskara is a standard accepted textbook as far even in universities where they learn Puramimamsa, they have to learn Artha Sangraha also. That is it. So now, there it is said, these six are Sahakari Pramanantara, auxiliary means of knowledge. So, one by one we will see the definition. So, therefore what happened now? Just as in Dharma Jidnyasa, Shruti, Linga, etc. are Sahakari Pramanantaram, see, only these are the Pramanam. There is nothing other than these six. That doesn't apply to Brahma Jidnyasa. In Brahma Jidnyasa, that's why it says, Na. In the beginning, Na is there. Means, Na Brahma Jidnyasayam. Na gets connected to Brahma Jidnyasayam. Dharma Jidnyasayam eva Shrutyadaya eva pramanam na Brahma Jidnyasayam. Then what are the pramana for Brahma Jidnyasa? He says, Kintu, whereas Shrutyadayaha, these are there. What are those? Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Sthana, Asamakhya, we'll see those, what are those? They are there. Plus, what are those? Anubhavadayascha. Anubhava Adi. What is that Adi? Adi for Manana and Nididhyasana. Adi for Manana and Nididhyasana. Now come on. What is the rule? Shrutyadayaha. What are those? Sahakari Pramanantara. Anubhavadayaha. What are they? Sahakari Pramanantara. Means more here. Shrutyadi 6 plus Anubhava, Manana, Nididhyasana. So how many totally? 9 Pramanantara. Those who advocate Veda is the pramana, therefore Anubhava is not required to gain the Brahma Jnana. Better know this sentence properly. That is Shrutyadaya means what? As told earlier, pramana. What pramana? Sahakari pramanantara. Then to that added Anubhava, Adi for manana and nididhana. And when you say manana, what is accepted? Anumana is already accepted. So therefore, to gain Brahma Jnana in Brahma Jnasa, what are the pramanantara now? Shrutyadi 6 plus Anubhava and manana and nididhyasana. What is Anubhava? So Anubhava already seen as Brahma Sakshatkara. In the earlier page, Tika has seen Brahma Saksha, ninth line, page 51. We have seen this. Anubhava is Brahma Sakshatkarakhya. Sakshatkara, direct cognition of Brahma. Other word he gives, Vidvad Anubhava. Vidvad Anubhava is the Anubhava of Vidwan. Who is Vidwan? Not just simply Jnani. That Jnanishta means Jivan Muktaha. That Vidvad Anubhava means it is the experience of who? Jivan Muktaha. So therefore, in Brahma Jnasa, what are the pramana? Motamadi Shruti with the auxiliaries plus Anubhava, Manana and Nididhyasana. So that is that. So why so? Now the comparison is over. Comparison is saying Shrutyadi 6 are common for both. Contrast is this has got the addition. Why so? Because there is the mode of difference in gaining the Jidnyasya Dharma knowledge and gaining the Jidnyasya Brahma knowledge. So now at length it is going to be elaborated why in Brahma Jidnyasa what is necessary? Anubhava, Manana, Nididhyasana. Why necessary? One we have already seen. Again let me see in the context. So therefore because it will refresh you for the further portion. 51 page 10, 51 line 10 and 11. Why are you going to get the Brahma Jnana? Why do you want Brahma Jnana? Moksha. Is it not? Therefore it says Muktyartham Brahma Jnanasya. Brahma Jnanasya, line 10 and 11. Below Anubhava. Muktyartham Brahma Jnanasya. Brahma Jnana is meant for what? Mukti. How do you get that Brahma Jnana? What you have to take to? You have to take to Vedanta Vichara, Brahma Vichara. When you take to Brahma Vichara, immediately what you get is, if your mind is not totally ready, Shabdasya. What you get is Shabda Jnana of Brahma. The Shabda Jnana. Shabda means what? Shrutya Pratipadita. That which is unfolded by Shruti. Then fine, we got it. No, not sufficient. Why? That Shabdasya Sakshatkara Avasanatva Apekshana. This is required. That Shabda knowledge, what does it require? Sakshatkara Avasana. Avagati Paryantam Sanvachyaya. Jnanena hi pramanena se. Avagati Paryantam. Up to Avagati, up to Brahma Sakshatkara. Mere Shabda knowledge is Paroksha. It is Paroksha. But here it must be Aparoksha. Why you will see? So that we say it should be what? Sakshatkara Vasanatva Apekshana. So what is expected? What is required as far as the Shabda Jnana is concerned? It should culminate in Brahma Sakshatkara. Why? Why do you say so? The reason is given. He says, Pratyak Bhuta Siddha Brahma Gocharatvena. that Brahma Jnana, what is the Vishaya of Brahma Jnana? Brahma. Where is Brahma? He says that Brahma is Pratyak Bhuta. What is Pratyak? I. Verily I. What does Pratyak shows? Aparoksha. Pratyak shows means it is not something paroksha, which is the indirect as such. It is verily I. So therefore he says, so Pratyak Bhuta Siddha Brahma Gocharatvena. That Brahma Jnana which confers mukti has got the Vishaya, Gochara, Vishaya as Brahma. And what is that Brahma? Pratyak Bhuta, which is Aparoksha, which is verily I. Now tell me, whatever you are there, I is there, is it available for Anubhava? Whatever I am, is it available for Anubhava or not?
Yes.
And again, what type of Anubhava it is? Self-evident. See, so, for Deha etc. you may have to see, that is fine as such. But I am is, you have to see the face. You have to see in the mirror. But as far as I am, it is self-evident, Swaprakasha. Anubhava Siddha or not?
Yes.
And that Anubhava is what? Sarva Nirapeksha. It doesn't depend on even the mind, because in sleep I was there is experience. Fine? Okay? So therefore, now this I is Brahma. And Brahma we know from the Shastra, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Okay? Sat, Chit, Ananda. But what I am? Don't ask. They will see this Buddha doesn't know. Your Shastra says Sachidananda, Parabrahma, Paramananda, Paramanda. I think something wrong with me. I should not disclose it. Let me also nod the head. Yes. I am Sachidananda, Paramananda Swarupa. So Buddha, और भी बुद्धू हो जाएगा ज़्यादा. So ज़्यादा बुद्धू हो जाएगा. So therefore, but what I experience, at least थोड़ा आनंद होता तो अभी चलता था. It is right opposite. Samsari, sukha is there, but more is dukkha, dukkhatmaka. Is it not? So that means like it, so that it is contrary to this. My experience is contrary to my this thing. So therefore, if I am so, Satchidananda Parabrahma, Paramanda Sarupa, and me being self-evident, me as Paramanda, Brahmanda should be self-evident or not?
Yes.
Is it not? What is stalling this? What is obstructing this? Some obstructions are there or not?
Yes.
So therefore, so long as I directly discover in terms of experience, because I am available in terms of experience. Suppose if I were not available in terms of experience, I am there. So I have to see, infer or something. To know I am there, I have to keep a big mirror at home. And every time I have a doubt whether I am there, I have to go and see. Because without the original reflection, cannot exist. So therefore, yes, mirror broken. Until the next mirror comes, subject to confirmation. And there or not, subject to confirmation. Subject to confirmation. No, it is evident. So therefore he says, Pratyak Bhuta Siddha Brahma Gocharatvena Sakshatkara, continuing, Sakshatkara Falakatva Sambhava. Because it is Pratyak Bhuta, Aparoksha, and Aparoksha I is available for direct experience, so also my Brahma Sarupa also must be available for direct experience. So therefore, Sakshatkara Falaka means Phala only. That is the result, that is this Sakshatkara is the Phala of Brahma Jnana. But presently, Shruti only says, I am Brahma Paramanda Sarupa. It contradicts my experience. So therefore, and some vagueness also is there. So therefore, what is necessary? manana adi apeksha yukta. What is proper is manana is necessary, nididhyasana also is necessary. Why it is necessary? Because me is something aparoksha, and that aparoksha me itself is Brahma, and therefore Brahma Sarupa is my Sarupa. If my Sarupa, my experience contradicted, so therefore something has gone wrong somewhere, and it said that vision has to be set right, and manana adi apeksha. Now question is, why in dharma jidnyasa, in the jidnyasya dharma, manana adi apeksha is not there? Tika continue. We have done up to here. Tika continuing. धर्मे तो नित्य परोक्षे साध्ये साक्षात्कारस्य अनपेक्षितत्वात् असंभवाच्च. Page 51, टीका continued. To show the contrast, where in dharma means in jidnyasya dharma, in dharma jidnyasa, which is nitya parokshe. What is dharma? The relative good. Here in terms of heavens, etc. They are nitya paroksha. Nitya paroksha, always indirect, always remote with respect to this particular embodiment. For example, a car on the road is pratyaksha or paroksha to you? Pratyaksha, paroksha. It is paroksha, it is away. It is indirectly not available to see. But after the class, when you go and the car is still there, is parked there, so that it becomes a pratyaksha. Like that, heavens don't become pratyaksha as far as this embodiment is concerned. When heaven will be pratyaksha? After death, when the next embodiment suitable for that heaven is taken, then it will become pratyaksha. So as far as the aspirer is concerned, for him it is, as far as this embodiment is concerned, it is nitya paroksha. Can you experience?
No.
At least a glance of it.
Never.
Okay. मुझे हेवन मिलने वाला है, क्या है? थोड़ा सा. No. Nitya paroksha. Nitya paroksha. So nitya paroksha. Sadhya. Another reason is that sadhya means still to be accomplished. Even if you have performed the yajna-yagas which make you eligible to go to heaven, result is kept in abeyance. That result cannot be fructified here. It will be at a different place and different time. So therefore, sadhe, that which is still to be accomplished, still to come into existence. It says, sakshatkarasya anapekshitatva. Sakshatkara, the direct cognition, direct anubhava is what? Anapekshitatva, being not required. Not required. Why not required? Because it is not possible. See? Anapekshitatva. Why? Asambhavacha is something which is asambhava, not possible right now at the time of anusthana of karma. So therefore, Shrutya, by Shruti, Nirnayamatram Anushthanaya Apekshitam. In Dharma Jidnyasa, what is necessary is with the means of Shruti, Nirnayamatram. Nirnayamatram means ascertainment as to how it is to be done, what is to be done, when to be done, by whom to be done. All these things have to be ascertained. So therefore it says, so Nirnayamatra matram anushtanaya apekshitam. This is what is required. Apekshitam, required for what? Anushtana. Anushtanaya apekshitam. How to ascertain that? He says, Shruti in itself has got few helpful things to us by which we can ascertain what is to be done, when it is to be done, how it is to be done, who has to do it, all these things with options, etc., or do's and don'ts. All these are there where in the Shruti, and certain clues help us to ascertain. They are what are called as Sahakari Pramanantara. So one by one now, Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prakarana, Sthana, Samakhya, they are going to be defined now. All these definitions are from Puramimamsa terminology. They are from Puramimamsa terminology. What we are seeing is that much enough. I say don't scratch your head for Artha Sangra, etc. There are books are there, very good books are there. Very good books are there with Dr. Kameshwar Mishra from Varanasi. I see generally these Vedanta, etc., and these translations are Hindi translations also clumsy. Wherever you have doubt, same word is appearing there as well. Only at least as far as Hindi are concerned, I have found two authors, Dr. Gajanan Musalgaonkar from Varanasi and Dr. Kameshwar Mishra from Varanasi. I have found that, so they know, because they themselves must be professors, and they know the difficulties of the students, and when such words are there, they are very particular to explain those words. Even in translation, they will translate in such a way that one can say. This Dr. Kameshwar Mishra has written on Chatussutri also. Very good book with translation. Chatussutri, only Chatussutri, Hindi, but it is Hindi. Whereas this, again, he only, Artha Sangra, is a very good book because as a person who doesn't know anything about Puramimamsa cannot. Of course, lot of Sanskrit is there, but he has translated into Hindi also. Dr. Gajanan Musalgaonkar, Vedanta Paribhasha. Vedanta Paribhasha say, I struggled hard to study this with whatever English translation are. It was Vedanta Paribhasha by Dr. Gajanan Musalgaonkar. That helped him because they are the real teachers. So not that. So that is that. And then on Upadesh Sahasri. Upadesh Sahasri, his Hindi book is excellent. He has taken that Ramatirtha Tika. Actually, his commentary is nothing but Ramatirtha Tika at places clubbed with Anandagiri Tika. These are, as far as English is concerned, Dr. T.M.P. Mahadevan to some extent also, Dr. BrahmaSutra of Madras University, of course they are retired, T.M.P. Mahadevan is not there, BrahmaSutra is there, etc. They are retired, etc. So they have done a good justice. For example, Naishkarmya Siddhi, his English book is very good as such. Why do you know? Because they had learned under great Shastris. Shastris under whom they are not college, etc. to get the PhD degree. But real, for example, Balasubramaniam did the PhD under Dr. T.M.P. Mahadevan. So that he has, because he has to present the thesis in the language of the university. But even the T.M.P. Mahadevan and this thing, they had undergone a study under a very skilled this thing. And Madras was a seat of Sanskrit. Nowadays they are hating Sanskrit. It is a seat of Sanskrit and Adhyatma Vidya. So they are useful lessons. Fine. So now you say, now what are they? Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Pramana, etc. So Ratna Prabha helps us. That much is enough for us. We need not bother much about it. So therefore I say, Lingadayastu, continuing, now Tika is being continued. Lingadayastu Shutyantar Bhutaha Eva. Where are these Linga, Vakya, Sthata, that is Prakarana, all these are found? Shutyantar Bhutaha Eva. They are included where? In the Shruti itself. Shruti Dwara, through Shruti, what they say? Nirnayopayogitvena apekshante are required as upayogi, being useful to ascertain the exact import of the Shruti. Shruti nirnayopayogitvena apekshante. What for? dharma jidnyasa. Na mananadaya. In dharma jidnyasa, manana, nididhyasana are not required. Why? Anupayoga. They are useless. Why useless? We will see afterward. Why useful for Brahma Jidnyasa? All this is you have to see now. Why manana? Shruti is must. Shruti and this sahakari. Shruti with sahakari pramana antara is necessary for both. But why for manana? Why manana nidhyasana for Brahma Jidnyasa only and not for Dharma Jidnyasa? All will be clarified now. Say, and therefore say, so is it lingha anupayogacha. Fine. Means what is that? In Dharma Jidnyasa, manana, nididhyasana are useless. In Dharma Jidnyasa, Brahma Jidnyasa, manana and nididhyasana are necessary. Shrutyadayaha common for both. What is the Shrutyadayaha? Shrutyadayaha sahakari pramanantar. 100 times they are told. What are they? Ratna Prabha helps us. What is Shrutihi? Nirapekshaha shabdaha. Shruti is what? Nirapeksha shabda. What is Nirapeksha? Independent. Shabda is Shruti, word of the Shruti. Nirapeksha means where nothing else is required. Independent. Question is, independent of what? Independent of remaining pramanantara. Independent of linga, vakya, prakarana, sthana, samakhya. Means Shruti gives the meaning independent of other things. Vakya, prakarana, sthana, samakhya. Linga also. See, you have to keep this order. What is the order? First Shruti, then linga, vakya, prakarana, sthana, samakhya. Now suppose you have taken linga for ascertainment. Linga depends on Shruti, but independent of vakya, etc. Suppose you have taken the last one, samakhya. It depends on all the previous 5. Shruti, linga, vakya, prakarana, sthana, of course samakhya. So that means in this 6 sahakari pramanantara, as you proceed further, that pramana becomes weaker and weaker. Why? It has to depend on many others earlier, etc. Whereas Shruti is strong pramana. Why? Independent of linga, etc. Linga is little less strong. Why? Because it depends on only Shruti and not. So this is the order as such. Now one by one. So what is Shruti now? You have to make adhyara there. Padantara nirapekshaha shabdaha. In the Ratnaprabha, simply nirapekshaha shabdaha is given. Add the padantara. What padantara? Nirapekshaha shabda. You may ask, what is padantara? All the rest of the 5. Linga, vakya, means depends on where you start. So therefore, that's it. It is independent of Shruti. Fine. This is what definition. This much is enough for us. Shruti. This is all in the language of Pura Mimamsa to ascertain the Vidhi. For Vedanta also it is the same. We don't do because for us readily things are given. Bhashya etc. gives the things ready as such, but we should know the way of ascertainment, because that is required in understanding Bhashya also. Now what is Linga? Shabdasya artha prakashana samarthyam. Elsewhere, linga might have been defined in some other way. Here, that power, that capacity of the word to reveal the meaning of the shabda. Shabdasya artha prakasha samarthyam. So that is lingam. What is vakyam? Vakya is yogyatara padakangsham padam. If in a simple word, vakya means syntactical connections. Syntax, you know what is syntax? Vakya rachana niyamaha. Syntax is vakya rachana niyamaha. So all these connections of, that is syntactical connection, that is what is called as what is that? Is a vakya. For example, generally to ascertain a sentence, do you know what you have to do? We don't do because we are so past master in understanding the meaning straight away. But suppose if a long Sanskrit sentence is given, first find out the verb. First find out the kriyapada verb. Then ask the question, who? Who with that subject karta. Then what? Object, karma. Then all this, that is what clauses come. The adjective clauses for karta, adjective clauses for this thing, adverbial clause for verb, all this thing. This is what it can ascertain as such. So therefore, that's why if you are not able to catch the verb, it becomes a Herculean task to ascertain the meaning as such. So that now, so what happens? Each word has got what is called as akanksha, some connection, some relation. So all this comes under the vakya category, syntactical connection. So that is vakya. Prakaranam, we say prakarana chapter or topic in the Puramimasa parlance, it is like this. Angavakya sapeksham pradhana vakyam. Prakarana is pradhana vakya. Pradhana vakya means a main sentence, a prominent sentence. What type of prominent sentence is? Which depends on some auxiliary or secondary sentences. You say anga, where is that? Angavakya sapeksham. Sapeksham means depending on. Angavakya. Anga means gauna, secondary. So therefore, so what is prakarana? The main sentences depending on secondary sentences. That is what is prakarana. Sthanam. Sthana, a location. What is location? Krama pathitanam arthanam krama pathithaihi yathakramam sambandha sthanam. It is clear when we take the example given there. Things, certain things are told in a certain order, and other things related to these things also told in the separate order. So then we have to find what? Corresponding. What English you know say? Corresponding things. So therefore say, so yathakrama, so in the order in which that both things are told. Krama pathitanam arthanam. Arthanam of things which are told how? In a sequential order. Sequential order. Krama pathitaihi add there arthaihi yathakramam sambandha. Connecting them with other things which are also told in a other sequential order, the connection of that. Now let us see an illustration we give. Yatha aindragnadayaha. Just as aindragni adi. What you mean say? There are 10 agni means ishti. Ishti means yagas, havanas are told. What are those? Aindra Agni, yes, that is the yes. It is said as what? Aindra, not Agni. Aindra Ishti. Ishti means yaga. Agni Ishti. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 yagas are there. But for each yaga, there is a specific mantra while offering the oblation. So they are told separately in a sequential order. So therefore what you have to do, first Ishti here corresponds to the mantra in the first mantra corresponds to first Ishti. The fifth mantra corresponds to fifth Ishti. So therefore that sequential order should be maintained. Not that you remember and ऊपर का नीचे नीचे का ऊपर कर देगा तो बाद में क्या हो जाएगा. जब भी oblation offered, say you have offered what? Varuna mantra Ishti offered, and you are offering to Indra. He said, what is this? This is not meant for me. This fellow is giving me additional job. This is job of Agni, not mine. Agni is the one who carries, he is a postman type. He carries oblations to all this because all oblations are offered where? In Agni. And when you say Agnaye Swaha, it is meant for who? Me. It is meant for who? Varunaya Swaha. He is appointed for that. Okay. He has to take over. Indraya Swaha. Indra. So like that, he says, Krama, that is, he says, Aindra Agnyadayaha Ishtayaha. Ishti means yagas. Dasha. They are 10. Kramena Patitaha. So they are narrated in the Shruti in the sequential order. Then afterward, Dasha Mantrascha. 10 mantras also are what? Kramena Patitaha. Earlier Kramena Patitaha comes there. Cha. Cha means Dasha Mantraha Kramena Patitaha. The first mantra he said, Indragni Rochanadivi. This for which Ishti? Indra Ishti. For Agni Ishti you can't take this mantra. He will get confused. So Agni Swa बोलता है और इंद्र का मंत्र बोलता है, ऐसा बोलेगा. इंद्राग्नि रोचनादि इत्याद्याः तत्र प्रथमेष्टौ प्रथम मंत्रस्य विनियोगः इत्यादि ऊहनीयम्. So you have to guess what is that. First mantra is for first Ishti, second mantra is for second Ishti, 10th mantra is for 10th Ishti. Very simple. So long as you don't know what is, it becomes Latin and Greek. Otherwise there is nothing much in that. Common sense it is. They are in a sequential order. That is what is called as what? Sthanam. Then Samakhya. What is Samakhya? Saudhnya Samyam. Saudhnya means name. Samyam means similarity. What is Saudhnya Samyam? Similarity of names. This also will be clear provided we see the illustration. Yatha Advaryava Saudhnyakana Mantrana. There are certain mantras which are grouped under category of what? Advaryava mantras. Afterwards, there are certain karmas which are labeled as Advaryava karmas. What does it mean? Advaryu. With Advaryu, the priest of, that is the Ritvik of Yajurveda. So Advaryu. Now, these are to be done by who? Advaryu. These karmas are to be done by who? Advaryu. For which these are the mantras. So therefore connect. South that is Samakhya. That is it. For example, Yatha Advaryava Saudhnyakana Mantrana. The mantras which are named as what? Advaryava. Named Saudhya Mantrana. Advaryava Saudhnyake Karmani. In the karmas named as Advaryava, Viniyogaha. They have to be Yud, Iti, Vivekaha. Viveka means here distinction. Vivekaha, distinction. So therefore, now he says, now let us see. the contrast between the pramanas required in the Brahma Jidnyasa and Dharma Jidnyasa. Evam tavad. Now correct it. Na is missing. Evam tavad Brahma. After Brahma add na, then continue mananadapeksham. Evam tavad Brahma na mananad. This is a Purva Paksha. This is a Purva Paksha. The Purva Paksha. See, and answer also is going to be given. Evam tavad. If this is so, Brahma, in the case of Brahma, Purva Paksha make a note. Nanu. Nanu is not put there. So that is there, but is there. Na mananadi apeksham. It doesn't need manana. Adi for what? Nididhyasana. Nididhyasana doesn't need no apeksham. Why? Vedarthatva. Because this Brahma Jidnyasa, Brahma is something which is told by whom? Vedas. And we are seeing in the case of Dharma Jidnyasa, which is also told by Veda, what is necessary? Shrutyadi, 6 Sahakari, Pramanantara are necessary. Manana, Nididhyasana are not necessary. So therefore it says, in the case of Brahma, Mananadi apeksham na. Why? Reason. He gives Vedarthatva. Because it is told by who? Veda. Actually in this Anumana, you can make a note, it is a fallacious hetu. It is like a fallacious hetu. Like an advocate, while pleading his case, so he says, Your Honor, in such and such and such and judgment, it is told like this rattled on. He speaks in such a tone, with such a confidence, that it is that. If the judge is smart, please produce it. End of it. There is no such judgment at all. Or such and such a clause, etc., etc. I said, no, he is not, judge also is not a computer. I said, yes, we say, please produce some book. End of it. So like that here, say, this Vedarthatva, he says, the Veda, because it is told in the Veda, is that it is told in the Veda is correct. But what applies to Dharma Jidnyasa doesn't apply, because there is something fallacious there that will be now going to be unearthed. Say, Dharmavat. Dharmavat means what? Dharma Jidnyasa. Iti Anumani. This much is the Purva Paksha. What is Purva Paksha? Purva Paksha gives us inference. What is that? For Brahma, for knowing Brahma, Manana, Nididhyasana are not necessary. What is the reason? Hetu, because it is something told by Vedas. Illustration, Upama, like Dharma. Anumana or not? This is a wrong Anumana, is to be proved now. Iti Anumani. Sir, what you said is true as far as Brahma is Vedartha. Brahma is Vedartha. And for Dharma, Mananadi are not necessary. But Mananadi are not necessary for Dharma, not because it is Vedartha, it is because of some other reason. That's why it is fallacious. Have you understood this? First, know this. In Dharma, ascertaining a karma, etc., you don't need manana and nididhyasana. What you need is ascertainment of Shabda. Finally. Now, this is not because it is told in the Veda. It is because of some reason. What is the reason? Dharma is sadhya. It is something still to be produced. Because it is not yet produced, it is not available for anubhava. And because it is not available anubhava, anubhava is not possible. It is just like, no, this is the fallacious I will give. The mountain is smoky. Parvataha dhumavan. Proved, to be proved, smoky. What is the hetu? Because it is Vanniman. Because there is fire. Appears to be sensible logic. Yes or no? The mountain is smoky because there is fire. There is fire, because there is fire is a hetu. And therefore what is inferred? Mountain is smoky. This is a fallacious reasoning. Do you know why? Mountain is not smoky because of fire. If that were the case, wherever there is fire, smoke. Vyapti must be. See, look here. Yatra yatra vannihi tatra tatra dhumaha. Is it true? Wherever there is fire, there is smoke. No. Yatra yatra dhumaha tatra tatra vannihi. See, wherever there is smoke, there is fire. But wherever there is fire, there is no smoke. Comes on account of what? Ardrendhana sanyoga. Contact of the fuel with wetness. So in technical parlance, say Ardrendhana sanyoga is a upadhi. And technical term. Your anumana is upadhi hataha. Your anumana reasoning is infested with what? Upadhi, and therefore it will be clear just as therefore hetu given is hetvabhasa. It is abhasa of hetu. It appears as hetu, really it is not hetu at all. Why? It is infested with the upadhi. What is the upadhi in the case of dhumavan? Ardrendhana sanyoga. I hope you know. Ardra means wet. Indhana means fuel. Sanyoga means connection. We'll see that further. Now it says, what is upadhi here? In this upadhi is a word. You can't get a parallel word in English. You have to say upadhi only. So upadhi. Anything, including your degrees onwards. Upadhi, upadhi, etc. All are upadhis, etc. Relatives also are upadhi. Only difference, which is big upadhi, which is small upadhi, that is the thing. All are upadhi. But as far as the anumana reasoning is concerned, a specific cause for a general effect. I think that is the one sensible meaning I could get in English. Upadhi means in the reasoning, tarka, a specific cause for a general effect. You can see in the case of Ardrendhana sanyoga and smoke. Smoke is something which is generally seen. But when the smoke comes, specific cause must be there. What is the specific cause? Ardrendhana sanyoga. So sometimes it may appear as smoke. Suppose some ammonia tanker lid got open, etc. All fumes. Is it? It happened. Many years back in the Pravai ashram, there was a pipeline and ammonia tanker, this thing was going, and the lid hit the pipe, all in the ashram started running. So because fumes and suffocation, because it is suffocating, etc. So that at a particular angle it came. At the entrance gate, they don't know what has happened. At the rear side it was there. Now suppose somebody from yonder says, what happened? Smoke. Fire is there. Wrong. Because it is not smoke. It is some chemicals, fumes. So that is how it is. So not that way. We are talking of actual smoke. When actual smoke is there, what happens? It must be there what? Ardrendana Sanyoga. General effect is smoke. Specific cause is Ardrendana Sanyoga. So now, here, see what is that? In the Dharma Jidnyasa, so what is not necessary? Manana and Nididhyasana is not necessary. Why Anubhava is not necessary? Anubhava is not necessary not because it is Vedartha. It is because it is something sadhya. It is something to be accomplished. It is something to be accomplished. It's something to be accomplished. So therefore say sadhyatvena, because it is something to be accomplished yet. Something to be accomplished when? At the time of performance of karmanusthana. Karma means at the time of karmanusthana, it is still to be sadhya. And therefore dharmasya anubhavayogyatvam. It is ayogya, not fit for what? Anubhava. What dharma? Why? Here dharma stands for swarga, etc. Why? It is still to be sadhya, still to be accomplished. And therefore, because it is not available for anubhava, he says anubhava is not required. Why not required? It is not possible. So therefore, anapekshita So therefore, it is apekshita. So therefore, this is upadhi. Upadhi means a special cause for general effect. In the dharmanusthana, karmanusthana, it is sadhya and therefore not available for experience, and therefore it is experience is not required. Now, this is not the case with Brahma Jidnyasa. See, this is what this Purva Paksha is a pertinent as far as the modern Vedanta. Modern means some people say Brahma Jnana doesn't need Anubhava, Brahma Anubhava, Atma, because Vedanta is the Pramana. Only this much they say. Whereas these people had thought of it and they are giving Anumana. Those who profess presently that Brahma Jnana doesn't need Brahma Atma because it is Pramana, they simply say that much, they don't go in these details, etc. Now this gives us it. So why he says Anubhava is not required? Because it is Vedartha. But actually in Dharma Jidnyasa, Anubhava is not required, not because it is Vedartha. Dharma is still to be accomplished sadhya. It is not available for Anubhava, and therefore Anubhava is not received. Therefore he says it is upadhi. Whereas Brahmani, he says, Brahmani, in Brahma, upadhi vyatireka. These upadhis are not there. See, Brahma is nirupadhik otherwise also. These upadhis. Why? Brahma is not sadhya. Brahma is siddha. And not only siddha, it is aparoksha. We have just seen in the tika earlier. It is something verily I. So therefore say, upadhi vyatirekaad brahmani mananadi apekshatvam cha uktam. What is told apekshatvam means necessity. Necessity of manana and nididhyasana. Why? Anubhava is possible and Anubhava is necessary. Why Anubhava is necessary? Because your present Anubhava is quite contrary. So there is a mananadi apekshatvam uktam. So therefore the required necessity of manana nididhyasana is told is necessary in the case of knowing Brahma, because these upadhis are not there. It is not sadhya but it is siddha. It is not that it is not available for experience, it is available for experience. And it is not that experience is not required, experience is required. Why required? Because your Brahma is aparoksha. Your Brahma is aparoksha. Aparoksha Brahma cannot go by paroksha jnana. It has to go by aparoksha jnana. And knowledge being of aparoksha I, self-evident, anubhava must be there. You can't say Atma is not available for anubhava. Or Atma, anubhava Atma not. We have seen this in the case of avagati paryantam jnanam sanvacha ichchayaha karma. Again the context is going to come. Padmapadacharya is going to thrash it thread bare as such. Vivarna Prameya Sangra is totally finishing the Pura Paksha. Like that, no? Padmapadacharya is hitting the nail to the coffin and with Yaranamni is finishing the obscurances. So that is there as such. So that we'll see as such. So therefore he says, the Mananadi Apeksha is there. Now he says, now sir, if you say, like Dharma Jidnyasa, in Brahma Jidnyasa gaining the knowledge, so what is Manana and Nididhyasana and Anubhava are not required because it is in common with the Dharma Jidnyasa. Both are told in the Dharma. Do you know what will happen? All the things told for Dharma Jidnyasa must necessarily apply to Brahma Jidnyasa. In this case, you will land in problem, you will make a mockery of yourself.
Yo Brahmanam Vidadati Purvam Yo Vai Vedamsha Pradinoti Tasmai Tam Hadevamatma Buddhi Prakasham Mumukshurvai Sharanamaham Prapadye. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivot Bhutam Yatha Nidraya Yasakshat Purute Prabodha Samaye Swatmanamevadvayam Tasmai Shri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye Ashubhani Nirachaste Tanoti Shubha Santatim Smruti Matrena Yat Pumsam Brahma Tanmangalam Param Ati Kalyana Rupatvat Nitya Kalyana Samshraya Smartrunam Varadatvacha Brahma Tanmangalam Viduhu Omkarascha Shabdascha Dvavetau Brahmana Pura Kantam Vitva Viniriyatau Tasmad Mangalika Ubhau Om Hatha Om Hatha Om Hatha Loka